Well, good evening and welcome to this edition of Referee Corner here on IslandStats.com. I'm your host, Earl Based, and joining me is none other than Clinton Haywood. Um, well, good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, it's good. Good evening. Good evening.
Well, I wanna first say congratulations on doing the Caribbean Cup final last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In your wildest dreams, when you would have started out officiating in Bermuda, when you were walking out on that field, would you have imagined you doing something like that?
Not yet, but I'm glad it happened. It opened my eyes a little bit.
Okay, it's not your first international um, campaign, but one of the, I guess, one of the highest that you've done so far, wouldn't you say?
Yes, indeed, indeed.
So let me ask you, when the call came notifying you that you were going to be an assistant for the final, take us through that whole process, that call, what you were thinking,
Uh,
everything.
it was an email,
Uh-huh.
and the email was stating either the third place game and the final. So I thought I was actually on the third place game at first.
Right.
I was still excited because it's a new tournament
Mm-hmm.
and I got to experience something outside of Bermuda. I like going away and representing the country.
Right.
Um, the ref then was WhatsApping me, asked me what game do I have if I got an email. I said I did get an email, but I'm not sure whether or not I was on the third place or the final. But I was thinking I was on the third place game. So
Right.
he said, no, you're not on the third place. You're on the final with me. I was like, serious? He said, yeah. So then I reached out to close friends and family, let them know. I was just really excited. Words can't really explain, but
Uh-huh.
I was really excited.
Now, obviously, you get in touch with the chairman of referees in Bermuda, Cranston Williams. What was that conversation like? Because I know he's been one that's been in the driver's seat of getting you guys more exposed.
He was excited as well. We both really didn't believe it until the itinerary came in, but he was proud of me because he's been betting for me from jump and nobody else was betting for me. He's been one of the top supporters in the whole program, and I'm really thankful for all that has done to get me to that stage.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you've been to under 15 tournaments. You've been to several tournaments. The atmosphere at this final. Take us through what that was like for you. First going out to warm up, obviously, and then officially coming out to start the game.
Uh, the nerves got to me in the beginning. As I as we got to the stadium.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, the team that I was with was talking me through because it was a lot of experience in the room
Hmm.
that was with me. So they was talking me through it. We was conversating to get the nerves done. Went out to warm up. When we start warming up, the nerves was going.
Uh,
So I was back to yes, it's a final, but football is played the same everywhere around the world. So when I got to the warming up, the nerves was going. The nerves came back a little bit when we were sitting down, getting dressed to go back out to start the game.
hmm.
But when the music started and we was walking out just before kickoff, I was like, "You deserve this. Knock the nerves out and have fun." And that's exactly what I done.
All right. Now take me back through if you could remember the first international tournament you would have done, and how far you've come since that tournament. The advice you got from that first one to the advice you're getting nowadays. What was that first one like?
The first one was, I want to say, IMG in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but I was still, I would say, an amateur. I'm still in the amateur stage now, but I was fresh, making a lot of silly mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the instructors was just telling me, look, take a deep breath, calm yourselves, you know, go home, like go when you're at the hotel, take your flag in the mirror, do your signals, get it to where it looks decent. And he just said, just keep your feet on the ground. With games comes experience, and you get it done as you go along. And we're here to help.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um, I,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
a lot of the a lot of me getting better came to Rohan, Victor, and all the other foreign and local instructors here
Mm.
helped me along the way. So I think from my first tournament to now is a big step I'm taking
Mm.
towards getting better.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the assistants, because you're not alone. It's a group of you training hard together, and even helping out the younger ones coming along. So, what's that experience like been for you now that you're going from the person kind of behind the scenes now to the one of the people in front of everybody as I want to be like Clinton. I want to be like him.
Um, it puts a smile on my face because I got to give back to younger people, especially Bermudians.
Hmm.
So my advice to them it would be the same that was given to me. Just keep working hard, and one day your hard work will reward you.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start looking at the likes of yourself, Amari, Stefan, even Antoine and gosh, his name's going from me. Tashawn, sorry, um, and Natasha. The journey you guys have been on, it's been one that it's not the first time I've been on this journey because we've had people on the FIFA list, but it's been a long time since. So it's almost like a startup program. Did you feel that way when you got involved?
Yes, I did. I did. Um, but I would say because the age gap or the time was so far apart,
Hmm.
is what stopped us from doing it consistently from the last two that was on the list till now.
Hmm.
Um, we all we all try to when we go on trips, the information we get, we try pass it on and keep everybody engaged so that that don't happen again.
Hmm.
I would hope that it don't happen again because it's a lot of opportunities out there, especially for referees now than probably the gap between Tashawn and the last person before him.
Yeah, yeah. The good thing about you were talking about the final and the team, the experienced team around you. Knowing these guys, some of them even been to Bermuda. It's almost like, okay, I know him, so I can listen to him. He can give me the confidence that is needed because he's seen you officiate in your own country, and he gets an opportunity to see you officiate outside the country. So, how comfortable were you with especially referee King?
Uh, I'm really confident. It's not just working in Bermuda that I was working with the ref. I'm done other tournaments with him.
Hmm.
Um, my first Nations League game actually was with the same ref.
Uh-huh.
So through the game, we kept talking to each other, keeping each other focused on the game, giving our feedback on different situations that happened throughout the game. So we played. They played a big part in talking to me, keeping me humble, nervous free, and vice versa.
Mm. Well, the good thing for you is all the girls went on the other end. First half they scored on the other end. Second half the girls scored on the other end. But just being in an environment in the Dominican Republic and the home team getting a goal early,
Yeah.
sort of really excited the crowd, didn't it?
Yes, yes, yeah. They got the crowd off the feet, and then the second goal, for a few minutes, we thought that the Jamaica team was out of it,
Yeah, yeah,
but then start of the second half, they started running at the team and got the goal they needed. But
yeah, yeah.
what made it easy too is that both teams actually came to play football,
Right.
and they didn't really argue or bother with the refs.
Mm.
So that kind of made our job a little easier as well.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lightning fast paced game as well.
Yeah.
It was a lot of movement of the ball and off the ball. Um, Trying to the pace. Obviously, that game was a lot different than what you're used to in Bermuda. What do you say to yourself to remind yourself to stay focused and in the game, especially when you got a hostile crowd? I mean, it wasn't close behind you, but it was loud enough behind you, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they weren't really hostile. They was just cheering, singing the songs of the local team, supporting the team. Which
Right,
I don't really feel the pressure of the crowd. I actually like it behind me because even sometimes you get to joke with them as well. But
right.
for me to stay focused, especially like sprints, I talk to myself, not in the mic, but in my head. I keep constantly telling myself, you gotta pay attention. You never know what's gonna happen. Stay focused, stay focused. So I
Mhm.
talk to myself as the game goes on. So it helps me stay focused on what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Now, do you find yourself drifting sometimes locally because the pace isn't as fast?
Sometimes, and hence why when I go away, I talk to myself as well as I talk to myself here. It
Mm,
to try and stay focused because you don't wanna miss a call whereas you should have called but you didn't because you're not sure.
hmm.
So I try to get in my head early and stay focused.
Yeah, yeah. So you do this, you come back. What's some of the things you brought back from this experience that you've passed on to some of the youngsters training with you?
Um, this time was a little different because we didn't have the assessor with us.
Hmm.
We done a Zoom call, which is a little different. I kind of like the other way better where you could sit down and have time to break down videos and whatever else.
Hmm.
With how they're doing it now, you can't really, depending on the camera, you don't really get 100% feedback of what you need. They could
Right.
only judge you by what they see, what the camera gives them.
Yes.
But my message would be the same for anything else, just put in the work. Just find somebody that you could put in the work with, bring along with you, because you're always gonna need a rep. So just put in the hard work, and one day the hard work will reward you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're knocking on the door of having a team of officials. How exciting is that? Um, that we could possibly have a team next year.
It would be nice because like I would be able to travel with more than one person from him and come back and always have somebody to talk to. It takes a lot of the pressure off you as well
Hmm.
with the travel. Maybe you go for a couple days like I did, a weekend trip as they call it, or you go for a couple weeks at a time. It's
Hmm.
always easy to have. It's always a pleasure to have a friend or a former countryman that's traveling with you,
Hmm.
laughs and hang out.
Yeah.
What you don't have the time to do here.
Let me ask you. Uh, what about going to the World Cup? I mean, every footballer's dream is that. And now you're an official. So, what about the World Cup?
That is a sight I hear. I would love to officiate in the World Cup to get that experience and tick it off my bucket list. And years ago, I would hope that my work gets me that far, but
Mhm.
every time will tell.
Yeah. Okay. And how many nights do you stay up thinking of that?
I
Because the
actually
World
sleep.
Cup is just around the corner.
I, I, I got my sleep nights because I can't make it if I don't rest the body when it needs to be rested.
Understood. Understood.
But
What is it like? What is it like officiating with people like Magenza?
lovely. The amount of knowledge that she has, experience, it was a blast working with her. Um, this would have been my second game in total working with VAR.
Mm-hmm.
The night before the game, she says, "Look, I'm going down to the gym. I'm gonna exercise that I do just to keep me fresh on the protocols for VAR. Come, I would we could do it together." And she helped me with the delay call or when to kill it. And that also the night before the game helped me to be more confident in myself and it comes to working with VAR.
Mm-hmm. So now you stand by, wait for that next call. Um, you tick this cup final on the off your bucket list abroad,
Yeah,
of course, and to be in one of the officials in the first one. How's that?
good, good. And I'm pushing others to either do as good as me or even better. Aim
Hmm.
higher than what I'm got.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you go along even further and bring people along with you. So I'm hoping that's the case.
I'm
And
gonna try my
hopefully,
best. I'm gonna
yeah,
try
and
my best.
hopefully in 2025 we see a team of Bermuda officials walking out onto the field for an international match
I'm look,
overseas.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining tonight. Again, congratulations.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you.
me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we look forward to you doing your next international match or even a match in Bermuda that people get to see what you've learned by going abroad and getting more experience. Um,
Yeah,
as every footballer's dream is to play international football at some point in time, and you're
yeah.
living that dream as an official. So, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support.
Yes, sir. No problem. You have a good night, okay?
You as well.
Okay.